Hi, I'm Chris Boysel, PGA Professional Merchandise Manager here at Man of War Golf. Today, here to talk to you about one of the biggest questions we get during the club fitting process. What iron in the bag should we transition to a hybrid? A traditional iron set that we look at today more looks on the lines of a 4-iron, 5-iron, 6-iron. Some players still do carry a 3-iron in their bag. So the question we get most often is, I know the hybrids are out there. At what point in the bag should I transition from the iron to the hybrid? And the reason for this, the reason that the hybrids are so important, is there's a certain point in our set to where we lose the gapping that we have like we have typically in our short irons. We look for a 10 to 15 yard gap between, every club in the bag. At a certain point in the bag, due to different factors such as club head speed, solidness of contact, the trajectory of the ball, all the clubs after that actually almost start going the same distance. So that's at the point in the set where we should look at adding a hybrid into the bag. A traditional hybrid now typically ranges anywhere in loft from 17, 16 degrees all the way down to 31, 32, 33 degrees in some sets, depending on model and make. The reason a hybrid actually does the job better sometimes than a traditional long iron is because of the technology in the club. The center of gravity is placed way farther forward back in the club and a lot lower than you can get in a traditional iron, allowing the ball to get up in the air significantly better than you can with an iron. Add that with the graphite shaft that is in typically most hybrids and the slightly longer shaft than you're going to have in a iron that's replacing. All these factors together will help contribute to the ball actually going back to that same gapping distance that we were looking for in the first place. A way you can always check on the golf course to know that, kind of give yourself an idea of what iron you should go to start transitioning into a hybrid. Imagine yourself on the 18th hole at your home golf course. You have to make birdie in the last hole to beat your partner. Flag's just on the front of the green, just over a greenside bunker, so rolling it up is not an option. What is the longest iron in your bag that if you hit a solid shot with, you feel you can land on the front third of the green in the section where the flag is and keep it on the front third of the green where the flag is? If we're hitting a shot, it's landing, you hit as good a shot as you can hit, and we'll say it's with a 5-iron, and you land right pin high, and you hit a pretty good shot, it still rolls back to the middle of the green. You're going to have 30 to 40 foot for birdie. Your chances of making that putt are slightly significantly less than obviously you are from 10 to 15 feet. So that's a good example on the golf course of how you can kind of figure out on your own exactly where you should transition from there to the hybrid. The other key thing I want to point out is when you're buying a hybrid or when we're fitting you for a hybrid, we're more looking at how far the club actually goes, not what it actually says on the club head. For instance, this is a 23-degree ping hybrid. It is supposed to replace a 4-iron. That is true for a lot of players, but not for all players. So if you just basically came in and said, okay, longest iron I'm going to carry is a 5, I want a 4 hybrid. I'm just going to buy this 23-degree off the rack, without even testing it. It may actually go too far, and then you're end up having to buy another club anyway. So it's always good to get fit to make sure that we get the proper distance gapping and that you're actually buying the correct club and not just buying a club that they say is supposedly supposed to do that, because it's different for every player. If you have any questions or would like help with this, please set up a time to get fit with myself or another one of our club fitting professionals here at Man of War Golf, and we'll look forward to seeing you then and see it fly before you buy.